I'm traveling south on Highway 154 and about 7 miles south of Gibsland, Louisiana. And I'm coming up very shortly in about a mile on a historic site. For it was right down this road here that the notorious gangsters Bonnie and Clyde made their last trip together. They had left Gibsland at Canfields Cafe in Gibsland and traveled down this road to meet a friend. And right down here over the hill, about a half a mile, they saw the friend's car broken down in the road. And Clyde stopped to help him. And as they rounded this turn here, they saw the friend parked
in a quarter mile. Your destination will be on the right.
With what appeared to be a flat tire. And they stopped. And unbeknownst to Bonnie and Clyde, they would meet their end right here on top of this little knoll. And they would stop right about here. And the lawmen
is on the right.
were hiding in the bushes on my left. And they opened fire. And when they did, Bonnie and Clyde met their end. And this is the scene from the ambush site where Bonnie and Clyde was ambushed. They came down this road from Gibsland, and they traveled down this road here and got to about right here, and saw a friend of theirs that was broken down, appeared to have a flat tire. When they pulled over to help him, the lawmen, I think there were 6 of them, were hiding in the bushes, in the trees, where you're looking at now. And as Clyde rolled to a stop, 2 shots rang out, and the car rolled down. Clyde was struck and the car rolled down to a point about right here. And more than 100 shots were fired that day. 50 struck Clyde, 53 struck Bonnie. But it's thought that any one of the shots that were fired would have killed them. And this is the original marker at the ambush site. And it says on May 23rd, 1934. This site, May 23rd, 1934, Clyde Barrow and Bonnie Parker were killed by law enforcement. And as you can see, the marker's been chipped. People taking souvenir from the ambush site. This is the new marker that has been put up. It says on May 23rd, 1934, at 9:15 a.m., the infamous outlaws Bonnie Parker and Clyde Barrow met their demise at the hands of these dedicated law enforcement officers. Lest we forget these brave and vigilant conservators of the peace. And then it goes on to name them: Deputy Sheriff Robert Alcorn, Sheriff Henderson Jordan, Texas Ranger Captain Frank Hamer, Deputy Sheriff Ted Hinton, Chief Deputy Prentice Oakley, and Texas Ranger B.M. Galt. And this is the new law enforcement marker. But this is the ambush site of Bonnie and Clyde. And the law officers was hiding in these in the woods right here. I did stop in Gibsland at there's a Bonnie and Clyde ambush museum. It's locally run and they have very few actual artifacts. They mostly newspaper clippings and documentation of the life of Bonnie and Clyde and really cool memorabilia and documentation of their last days. And one fun fact is that the museum is actually in Ma Canfields Cafe, and that's where Bonnie and Clyde ate breakfast that morning before leaving and heading south on Route 154 and making it about 7.5 miles to this site. The admission is $6. If you're in Gibsland and you like this kind of thing, it's worth the $6. The guy that runs it is a real character. He's real knowledgeable on the ambush and what Bonnie and Clyde did while they were in this area. He's a hoot to talk to, and if you're ever in the area, stop by, give him $6, go in, watch the little movie, and then he'll tell you how to get this site. It's real easy to find. It's about 7 miles south of Gibsland, and I just thought it was a interesting way to break up the trip between Vicksburg and Shreveport today, and I'm kind of glad I stopped and come to this historic site and what happened here in May of 1934.